Yeah.
I don't know why this thing went up there.
Well, this is a public hearing. We can't discuss, no, not until we conclude
But
the
it's
public
doing
hearing. And then we'll go back into it during the regular session. So at this point it is 6.
Says you're being live streamed now.
Yeah, we should be.
6:53 will end the public hearing
We're there.
and move on to our regular session. We're a bit early. Give me a few minutes and got my stuff.
Yeah.
Jim, do we need to wait till a 7 o'clock special session or can we move forward?
The way the agenda is, it says the regular session at 7 p.m. on the agenda. We need to wait till 7.
Okay, that's fine.
Wait till 7.
Thank you.
7 o'clock and 7 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, then we'll be able to actually discuss it. See. No, that was one. Did you watch the video?
Not yet. I plan to.
They got that guy to the mirroring. Yeah, gosh, I don't have, I mean, it didn't take much.
I mean, they were driving down the road 50 probably.
Did they stop? Oh, did the guy in the truck stop?
Stop.
Oh, that's good.
You know, you can't see someone on
You
the side. of the
can't.
road.
I mean,
It's different.
That one night I was pulling out of here and that guy on the bicycle pulled out around me on the highway.
Yeah.
Walking down the
on a bicycle. Drive like
Y'all
that.
was standing right there in the parking lot. No, he come across Pirates in the parking lot. And then
She was pulling out.
Right in front of.
And boy, I got home. I started being on that. Boy, I was fixing something. I just took out them.
Yeah, I
What
guess.
other agenda?
I mixed it up.
What's that?
So.
And what? Oh. That guy didn't understand.
Let that on my desk. Thank you, man.
We have his puppy.
You have it?
City Hall has his puppy.
Where?
Friday.
Same guy?
You said Friday?
Yeah, it was a home.
I was talking out there. It sounded like he had it with him when he was out there. Where's my puppy?
Oh, man. This is a really,
Good.
Joyce Tanner's book.
Yeah.
what are we waiting
You can fully know it.
It's weird looking at a blank, kind of almost a blank P&L. No. It's so long. It's kind of weird. So. Oh, I see what, you're talking about the agenda. You're looking for,
Yeah, well, I must have left mine on the desk.
do you need it?
No, I
Oh,
had another one. I don't know how, I must have had it sitting on the side when I was going through all this stuff, but. Then I had another one.
She's picking on me now. I'm telling you.
do it again.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
She's back to normal. I feel like I'm back to normal. Hopefully it'll last, but last night I couldn't really talk.
I was telling my all's time.
So, sometimes.
Sometimes.
I don't even remember what it was now. On the bicycles.
So,
I'm not doing that bad.
No, I got a couple of bicycles.
I missed the month, so I gotta get back on my game.
I see, okay.
yeah, I'm still looking for that.
Okay, one more minute.
I could have sworn. it was-
Nobody else outside waiting. Nobody's, it's part of the meeting or anything.
Just our officers, he wanted to introduce them. but-
We get to that. Yeah, we can get to that point. We could probably just slide it in there. What? Okay, it is 7 PM, January the 11th, 2022. We're gonna call this meeting to order. If everyone would stand for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
Our Father in heaven, we thank you for allowing us to meet together as a city council. We ask thee to be present in this meeting, that we may do what is right for our citizens, that we may feel thy spirit and know what is the best for everyone in our town. Father, we are humbled that we hold these offices and are used as representatives of the city. Help us that we may have our minds and hearts open to our citizens, and that they may feel that our love for them, and that they may know that we are trying to do our best for them. Father, please keep us safe as we travel. Help us that we may know thy will in all things. And we say this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Any announcements? Any announcements? None. How about citizens input related to agenda items? Those agenda items would also include the non-conforming use request, the forum that we've got from that. Anything related to the agenda?
Anyone want to
No.
say anything about it?
No. Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Note that your consent agenda items are A through N. Approval of the minutes of the city council for November 9th, November 16th, November 17th. The meeting was canceled. Approve the bills paid and to be paid for November, December. Approval of financial reports for the month of November and the month of December. The court report for the month of November and December. The police report for the month of November, December. Public Works work order report, which is the completed and outstanding November and December reports. Public Works reports for the month of November and December. We have no permit report, no code enforcement report. We have no EDC minutes. And we got Keep West Tawakoni beautiful minutes for September. The meeting was canceled in October. We have no minutes for planning and zoning. And also we've got to appoint the new EDC member nominated by the EDC board, which was Susan Schultz, and update update of City of West Tawakoni Fire Prevention Code and ordinances. Chris, that,
Yeah, so there's no updates on it yet. We're still working on getting all the paperwork and everything set up.
okay, what, is that your ordinance? What would that entail?
And we'll ordinance reports, anything that's happened throughout the month.
Okay, okay.
in the city.
So the chair would entertain a motion, on the consent agenda. And don't forget, we've got one appointment that was made last night, voted in by EDC. And that's why the name or nothing like something that's on there and it's in the consent agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda items A through N.
I second it.
So discussion, should that be in there, that approve that nominee?
Actually, I think that probably should have been new business, maybe. You think?
We've always done it this way. If we
Okay.
appoint somebody to a new committee, we just didn't have the name because there was 2 nominees. We didn't know, and their meeting was
Last night, yeah,
so
there was no way to get it.
Okay.
That's why I mentioned the name
Yeah,
before.
we have to have this posted prior to the meeting,
Yeah,
prior to the seating.
so
Prior to the
something,
season.
you're right, and that's kind of how we're ahead or on target with the P and Z, because had we not gone ahead and included it in our, Lynette had not included it in our agenda for last Thursday when she made the agenda, we would have to wait another month before the council could review the non-conforming use request. Okay, so I've got a first by Kevin, a second by Pam, all in favor?
Kevin Featherston.
And Reed.
Chris Burkett.
It is unanimous. Old business, discuss and or take action on presentation from Sean Graphics on city website. Danny?
If you want, we can put this on the back and then, because you already waited so long for everything else.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Is it Sean? Is it Sean?
Soon.
Sure. Which is beautiful, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Soon.
Sure.
Soon means nice, pretty, beautiful in German. Don't worry, no one can pronounce it right.
Okay, I was thinking of Donkey Son. I mean.
Yeah, pretty, yeah, that's exactly.
My German used to be pretty good 20, 30 years ago.
Okay, so we're gonna move that.
So we're gonna move that, so I chair would entertain to move that from number 7 to number 9.
I'll make a motion to move it.
And we would be moving 9 to 10, 10 to 11.
I second that motion.
Okay.
Thank you again for that. Very admirable.
Okay. All right, moving on to item number 8, under new business, discussion and or take action on public hearing request. The first of which is the variance on Horizon, in the Black Bear Mobile Home Park, 324 Horizon. And that is, yeah, I can't make out the name on the Anthony, what is it? Evening? You want to tell us a little bit about your shed? I see the map of how the size of it and everything. Where exactly do you plan on putting this?
Was on.
Is it on the, yeah,
So,
Blacked out.
yeah.
so I guess the question was, this isn't in the existing area that you already have mobile homes in. This is in the phase 2, correct? So phase 2 hasn't even started a road towards it yet, correct? But it would be like the first lot.
It's the first lot on the left-hand side of the new phase 2.
Okay.
So it's that kind of toward the dead end where it dead end is? Doesn't that road dead end?
It's gonna go further.
Yeah, right, we will, but now I.
Right now it's a dead end.
Yeah, okay.
So it's gonna go to the left-hand side. And it's just, we're gonna put a beam around the concrete beam, just to tie it down. It's gonna be dirt inside, just so we can store it.
Okay.
So it's not even gonna have a full base.
Is it going to be a permanent
Right now, it's just there for storage.
Just there for sure. And then as you do the phase two, it will come down after you're finished with that project.
That's the plan. I mean, because it's where we put it, it's really not the best place to leave it. But
Yeah, you're gonna have some drainage issues there.
yeah, that's why we're not gonna put flooring.
What kind of equipment are we talking about storing?
Backhoe, trencher. Pretty much that's it.
Anybody else got anything?
Right now, we have the backhoe and the trencher parked at the RV place. I think we're outstanding. Oh, well.
You mean the RV sales? Oh, the sale, oh, okay.
They've been very nice and very patient with us.
You're trying to get the new.
Temporary, what's your time frame? When we're saying temporary,
So we probably build out all the infrastructure of the roads. So it's 18 months. 18 months, 2 years. That's the hope.
So in other words, it's just till the infrastructure is done there for the road.
Yes, for the roads and the culverts.
Mhm.
Jim, are you there?
Yeah,
One of the things that was brought up last Thursday, were you here last
Yes,
Thursday?
I
Okay. One of the questions that was asked by the chairman on Thursday was, would you be willing to enter into a contract, like a performance contract,
And sign.
so that we have something? I mean, we are all here and we all hear the 18 to 24 months, but there's nothing in place that would, throw some words at me, Jim. You know where
well,
I'm
no,
going.
we can enter into an agreement with him where we'll approve the variance for a period of 24 months. He will agree to remove the structure at the end of 24 months. We can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And if we need to, we could extend it.
We'd have to come back.
You just have to come back to
It'd
this.
come back to council, we'd have to amend the agreement, but the
Yeah.
council would have the ability to do that.
Yeah,
That's fine.
that, all right with
Willing
you?
to sign it.
Okay. Well, of course, it's something, we'll have to heal it, we're talking a few more weeks probably by the time he was to draw up an agreement. I'm guessing, I'm speaking for him and I probably shouldn't be.
I can get something out by next week. I'll have to get it out by next week because I'm gonna be gone the following week, so I'll give you out by next
Special
week.
meeting, or would we?
We could do that. If he gets the agreement, set up, we can call a special session, next week or week after that.
We just had to keep in mind, we had to have 4 for a special session. And I was gonna say that if we all agreed right now for the 3 of us to agree to it, and then Jim.
I draw it up for the mayor's signature. I don't see that would be a big problem.
yeah, so we can draw it, we can agree to it
Okay.
with you.
So then what you need is a motion for a contract, that contract would be signed by the mayor.
Signed by the mayor, and it'd be, and it would require this performance within 24 months. We grant, the variance would be granted for 24 months, at the end of which he would be required to remove the equipment,
Yes, sir.
the storage facility.
So the motion that I'm looking for is to approve the variance
Yes.
based on an agreed contract for a period of no more than 24 months.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct, and I'll make that motion.
Okay, Chris.
And I'll second it.
Okay, Chris first, Pam second, all in favor?
Kevin Featherston.
Pam Reed.
Chris Burkett.
It is unanimous.
Who seconded it?
I'll be glad.
Who seconded it?
Pam.
Pam.
That work, sir?
Yep. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll go that quick. Okay, the next one is the item B, which is the 420 Rabbit Code. That's this one.
Okay.
So
26.
Huh?
26 people. That's all you're allowed to have.
Oh. On my tall
We've got plenty of-
Too many. One-
on this map here, it's got a lot of property ID numbers. Which are you talking about? On this, or maybe you can answer. All I've got is, it's a screenshot of the.
Yeah, well,
That's where-
all there. You need a shot of a picture of that or?
Well,
just,
I just need to know which property is here.
What are you showing us here?
I don't know if I can see it there.
Which property is yours, sir?
No, it's a.
79313.
79313.
It's kind of a darker line. See right there?
Oh, yes, I see. Yeah, I see. Liquor arrow.
Okay, so all around you are
Mobile homes.
double wide mobile homes.
Single wide cover.
I didn't see any single wides when I went out there to look.
Right.
But
There's a couple.
there's a couple, I think,
Is it?
that are further back on that property. In fact, I noticed there was one back there that's real torn up. Yeah, he's still there. Is that when you're replacing?
That's gonna be taken off. It's been taken off already. The property's already clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing is on another piece of property that's back behind.
I guess so, yes, sir.
Okay.
Because everything else around there is all manufactured homes.
Yes.
There's not one side built, but I mean, there are, but several blocks from there.
Yeah, okay.
This is a brand new 222 home. The thing is, they bought that property about 2 years ago. They were told it was for manufactured home. They gave $20,000 down. They're without a home right now, and they're giving $1,000 a month. And then they finally, when they signed contracts and everything, it turned out that I think the zoning changed or something.
Okay.
So they're out without a home right now. They live their apartment because, like I tell you, they were more than sure they were gonna be able to put a mobile home there.
Who owns the property right now?
I'm not sure about that, sir.
We are paying him right now. It's still not ours.
It's owner finance. So
So
it's a.
how are you related to them?
We're the ones that we're from American Homes, sir. I'm from American Homes, sales manager
Okay,
in Rockwell, Texas.
okay.
We're putting a mobile home. I'm just helping them out, to try to put a mobile home there.
But does the actual owner of the property right now, does that include somebody with American Mobile Home?
No, sir. No, sir. Not at all. No, we're just helping her, like I told you, and we already told the gentleman, he's not denying it, that we told him that it was for a mobile home. So we're just wanting to see what the results of this, what's gonna happen here, and then if not, well, he's gonna have to, I'm thinking they're gonna, no further action. I don't know what they're planning on doing, but I was just,
Yeah, this is something that the council's gonna have to vote on.
Mhm.
I'll tell you, over the years, we put in place zoning around the city to, one, because the way that this city was built was without zoning. And that's why you see a mobile home here. Oh, they're spread out all over the place. We've got tiny homes, some tiny homes in here that were built 50 years ago. We've got large homes, stick-built homes and everything. And we did it. The planning and zoning and the city got together to establish some guidelines and some zoning so that we can move away from mobile homes, because we're packed full of mobile homes. This city is way more mobile homes than any site-built homes. And so what we're asking for is a variance. The variance, in my mind and a lot of people's mind, is to circumvent the efforts that the planning and zoning put into designing the city and what they wanted the city to look like years down the road, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 years. That's why the zoning was put in place. And what we're asking for today is for us to circumvent that and into a variance. Variances, to my mind, some of the council may or may not agree with me, are a real touchy subject, because what it does, it takes down the rules. It's like going down the highway If you don't see the speed limit sign, you don't just go as fast as you want to. You still have to abide by the law, that is set in place at 55 or whatever the speed limit is. So, and with that being said, it's the duty of the planning and zoning and the duty of the council to approve or disapprove based on the variance. We cannot, as a city, continue to keep giving variances because eventually there'll be no need for a planning and zoning. There'll be no need for future planning for the city of what we want the growth of the city to look like. So that, you know, it's like opening the door and saying, put whatever you want to, wherever you want to, however you want to. It's kind of like all willy-nilly, so to speak. But that's something that the council is going to have to take up. Do y'all have any questions? Do y'all want to?
So at this point, you don't own the property either.
No, they've been, like I said, they've been paid on it how many years?
5.
5 years, they've been paid $1,000 a month on it. The reason that, I told her, well.
You've been paying on a lot for
No,
$1,000 a month for 5 years?
no. We just bought it last year. And we're supposed to pay it on
Who did
5
you buy?
years.
Who did you buy it
Over
from?
5 years.
How did you know about this lot? How did you buy it?
My some of my husband family, they know the guy that sells the property.
I know Kevin's busy looking at Cat here real quick. So anybody else got any questions or anything that hadn't been answered?
No, I don't.
I don't have any questions.
Yeah. All right. Then at this time, the chair would entertain a motion on item B, discussing or take action for the variance on property. 14 Rabbit Cove Road. Yes, sir.
I didn't understand. Is this home replacing a former manufactured home or mobile home on this lot?
It's a blank lot.
It's a clean lot, yes, sir.
Okay, so it had not had a manufactured home or
Yeah,
mobile home in the past.
they're years back, but
Evidently, many years ago, long before now, at one time there may have been one, but it's been a clean lot for a number of years. It's been just a clean lot. So it's not a simple move an old one out, 6 months later, put a new one in.
Okay,
We're talking years.
okay.
Well, Mayor spoke on it, all these variances, all these ordinances were put in place for the future of the city. A lot of time and effort went into putting those together to plan what the city needs to be in the future. I'm gonna have to make a motion that we decline the variance.
I'm gonna have to second it. I'm sorry.
Kevin Featherston.
You voting? That's your vote?
I'm in favor.
Cameron,
You're in favor of what?
the motion.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
First by Chris, second by Pam.
Guys, I'm real sorry. These variances are, they're not meant to grow the city. They're actually put the city behind. I'm sorry the results from that. But it's kind of there's unfortunately there's no appeal process in any of this. And I wish you luck, and I hate that you're in this situation. I wish someone from whoever you bought the trailer from or bought the lot from would have come to us first, and you wouldn't be in this situation. But somebody has steered you wrong, and for that, I don't know who that was, but I apologize for that because you're in a spot. We understand that. We don't want you to be in a spot, but we can't make exceptions for everyone that's in a particular jam with things like this, because this comes along all the time. And if we continue this, give it out, there's no reason for this body of government to even exist. If we can't, control and form our city the way that our predecessors set the city up to look like and be like. But again, I apologize for the outcome of that. I appreciate your time and you're answering all the questions that we had and everything. At this time, we're going to move on to.
Mayor, can I just say one thing?
Yes, sir.
We have, this is not the first one of these that we've denied in the last few years. In fact, we've denied these consistently. We've reached out to all the realtors and told them not to sell this property and represent to people that it's suitable for manufactured homes, because it's not in many cases. We may need to reach out farther to the manufactured home retailers themselves and get that information out, because this seems to keep coming up.
Yes, it does. You're right. Thank you.
I think property owners know it, they just don't disclose it. But that's my personal opinion.
I hear you. It's a matter of sell or don't sell.
Yeah.
It just breaks my heart we have to do this.
But let me ask you something. Do you all have a zoning
Yeah, I
map?
was gonna say, there's a zoning map right here, or at least in the hallway.
Yeah.
That would be real helpful for us, because we got another one that I was
We
gonna read tomorrow.
keep
got
putting it
three.
in the hallway. It's a big map that shows it's by color. It's color coded.
And there's also the around the lake committee.
Well, that's the lake.
Yeah,
Tawakoni.
like Tawakoni zoning, check with that too, because
Yeah.
that has got some major changes, not changes. The cities have the ultimate say, but look on that, because there's a lot
If
of them there too, especially,
Outside city limits, then.
yeah, especially with you being somebody selling it, and you
Yeah, well, we don't sell the property, we sell the mobile homes, but
But-
before we get to that, we would love to, sell the custody,
Okay.
I'll look at
Yeah.
Let's, if y'all don't mind, y'all can share this afterwards or whatever, so that we can keep on coming for a meeting. So that we can eventually get out of here at 7:30. We're gonna move on to item number C, which is discussion and or take action for the variance. The property owned by Jonathan Butts at 900 Crestway. And this is for a non-conforming use of a 30 by 50 metal shop to be built for storage, which is non-conforming use. That would be this right here. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Of course. What is the purpose of the shop?
Just I think shop is a core term that my husband used. I think this is boat storage,
It's boat storage, okay, so it's
A garage.
a garage,
basically, yes.
okay. So there's no commercial anything being
No,
done within it, and you're not building, cars or repairing things.
Just our own personal tinkery. So we want to put a boat out there. We bought the property last fall. It's got a pink mobile home on it, and we are planning on moving that out, and we're planning on building a 3,000 square foot home. And then we want to build a garage to store our boat.
So if they classified it as a garage, they can come in and pull permits and have a garage built.
I think it's because it's metal.
And the size of it.
No,
1,500 square foot.
we can't control the composition. We no longer have the right to distinguish whether metal or wood or anything building material.
So
That started last
How
year.
much property-
Change their sign.
how much property y'all have there?
I think it's 2 acres,
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
and then there's 2 acres of Sabine SR.
you said pink. Okay, I know exactly where it's at. My mind's finding it now. I was trying to find it in my mind, so now.
Yes, it's a wonderful pink.
Was it a Barbie trailer?
Yeah, we're trying to find somebody to haul that puppy off.
It was actually kept up rather well, though.
No.
For its age.
Outside made it look.
Yeah. For its age.
Yeah, the outside looks good.
Yeah.
You just can't really walk in there.
So at some point, you guys plan to move here, I guess, build a home and move here?
We're talking right now with White Cap about building a
Okay.
home.
Good people.
Yes.
And so, we're planning on, we're in the process, they're drawing up the plans now for us. We haven't pulled a permit because we're not there yet, but, that's our plan. And then to eventually come out here and retire.
So definitely want under the same circumstances, what we just talked about the plans and all that for the city. If it's gonna be a garage, maybe as you do your house, you have plans for a garage to be built.
Okay,
I have to make a motion that we decline it on the same circumstances as the last.
so can I ask under what circumstances, what could it, like, I guess we're confused by, you said a garage could work, but it's too,
If it's attached to a permanent structure,
okay.
in other words, if you stick built a house
Mhm.
and you had a garage under that,
Okay,
like my house, I've got a 1,200 square foot garage. You're talking about 1,500. I've got mine's 1,200 square foot. It's attached. You don't even know it's a garage.
okay,
It's got a roll up door, but you don't know nobody knows how big it is to walk in there.
okay,
So, and that would be my answer is if it was a stick built home attached. It's the detached part that I think that where we're getting into this, because the detached part and the size of it would be the non-conforming use. Would you agree, Jim?
I'd have to look at the ordinance specifically and look at the plan. I'm not doing that, so it's hard for me to do.
Yeah.
so my understanding though, based off of what we were sent, and I don't have it in front of me, was that it was the metal piece of it. It was the fact that it was metal. It wasn't that it was, that was what, are you Annette? That's what you had sent my husband, was that it was because it was metal.
Because it doesn't list metal in there, but Jim just said metal, we can't.
Last year or earlier this year, actually,
Last legislative session, yeah.
yeah, the legislation changed that to where a city can no longer dictate what facade, your commercial business, your residential,
Okay.
you can use almost any kind of exterior.
If it's an approved building material, then we
Yes,
can't distinguish between what the code approves as building materials.
Right, as long, yeah, did you get that as if it's an approved building material or whatever?
Before we go, can I ask another question before we move too much forward?
Yep.
Who's building the building?
I do not know his name. My husband, does, but he's there. So on that map, there are two other structures. There's a white one with green trim. And it's on, there's two white ones with green trim or creamish colored. And he built those. His name is David, that's all I know.
I mean, I can see where you got, I mean, there's a few others down there.
Yeah.
Like he built the same ones, yeah, like a couple years
In the
ago.
original folder.
There's a few others in the same area.
And about, the conforming and all that. But I really thought that the structure itself was there. It was just the material. That's what I remember from the zoning documents and that you'd sent. Was that
what was in the book?
Yeah, it had,
that you were allowed to build the structure,
yeah.
but it was just the fact that it was the material that was what was non-conforming.
And but
So
up
that's-
until I think 2 years ago, that was the case, but I mean, no cities can enforce that material.
So then the structure, so that it would be allowed, because if you can't limit the material, but the building was allowed in those documents, it was allowed, the material of metal was just not listed. It had wood, siding, other things, but it just didn't say metal.
So, go ahead.
It's because it's on a property that's deemed to be a single family home, correct?
Here is a picture. This is, okay, in reference to this, where is it going?
It's gonna go right here where the orange is.
I don't think it should be in front of us.
I want to see the picture. This is what,
I completely see what.
But my understanding
Oh, okay.
my understanding of the ordinance though was that the reason why we had to come before you guys was because the material was not approved. It wasn't because of the structure itself. It was because of the material. And that was the documentation that we got. Do you happen to have that?
it would be in our zoning book.
Back and we table it and do all that.
Because it was on one, I wish my phone's not working for service in here,
So
because I have it
my
in the
motion
email.
back, motion, we table it and let them further review all that.
This is the Butts property, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm good with that, and I'm gonna say that to add to Chris's motion to table it, if we were able to come up with a resolution, that we would put this on our special session agenda.
Yes, that way we can get it approved.
That we can get it approved.
So, okay, so if we're able to determine that the structure itself, because in the zoning documents that we read, it was like a building that we wanted to build was in those zoning documents. It just didn't have the material metal listed. And so now if you guys are saying that the material metal is not allowed, then we should be good,
Yeah.
so long as we just look at the documents. and-
Well, not exactly, because it's the building, it's not the material. That might be, it's still in the book, maybe that hasn't been updated, but it's kind of common knowledge for most of us know that a year or two ago, wasn't that long ago, that the Texas legislature had all the city, they created a law or a statute that says we can't dictate what kind of material it is.
Correct.
So it has nothing to do with the material. Although it may say that it's still in the book, is we don't look at that any longer. It's the non-conforming use of the property, which is the building and the size of the building. But what he's suggesting is that we go back and take a further look at that.
Okay.
We're gonna end up with a special session in a couple of weeks, something like that.
Okay.
So that would give us time.
And that's what I'm asking the council to consider, is
Yes.
for us to try to get a resolution to this, to have you guys a definite answer
Okay,
by that special session meeting.
okay.
That way we don't prolong you into the
Awesome.
next council meeting. for-
Right.
And so how would we get updates on when y'all are planning on the
Oh,
special
I
session?
know, fine.
Because
Awesome. Okay.
she has your phone.
But let me ask you this. Okay, so you were calling it a boat.
My husband used a 4-word when he chose shop. I think that's just what his dad used to call him, was a shop, but yeah, it's just a.
And that's what every man calls. I mean,
And
that's what every man calls.
that along with the material is what kind of, okay, is this going to be allowed, a shop there?
Yeah, we're just calling it, I mean, like literally, we want to put a boat in there. That's it.
Okay. Consider a resolution.
It's all it is a boat. Yeah.
You want to say garage?
We can say garage. He used a poor term, because we're not going to.
Man
I'm gonna let him have a couch and a TV in his boat,
Man
in
cave.
his bathroom.
It's gonna be basically what Mr. Travers had.
Yep.
Next to his house.
Yeah, and that's in the same area, isn't it?
You could probably hit that building with a rock from where she's talking about putting. it.
Yeah, right, yeah.
There's actually several of them
Yeah,
sort of
there's-
over that area.
There's 9 on, between our street and the street behind us.
Yeah,
That
okay,
are relatively new.
okay. Well, we'll go, what we'll do, we'll go
thank you,
back to
guys.
the book and everything.
Thank you.
We're trying to give every opportunity we can. We're trying.
Thank you very much.
So I've got Chris made the motion to table this until we had time to further look into the ordinance pertaining to metal shops built in a non-conforming use area. And Kevin seconded. All in favor?
Kevin Featherston.
Henry,
Chris Burkett.
It is unanimous. Okay, we're moving on to item D, discussion and or take action, the site plan approval request by Junior Reagan on behalf of Anchor Inn. Do you guys have a site plan?
Actually, Mr. Reagan has withdrawn his interest in putting a site plan in at this time. My name is Sharon Cunningham. This is my husband, David. We're 2 of the owners of Anchor Inn. And we went before the Planning and Zoning Committee to get some clarification from the Planning and Zoning Committee last week that we can continue to do business at Anchor Inn, the current owners, like we have been. We are in compliance with the city ordinances. We're in compliance with the zoning for the property. And until such time the current owners execute a sale, we just wanted assurance that we can do business, and the planning and zoning said, well, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's what, I did a presentation to the planning and zoning. I have a PowerPoint presentation.
It was quite detailed.
Yeah, and so, but there were people on the planning and zoning committee that didn't know, one, what we did, what kind of business it
Right.
was. So since you'll probably be hearing the Planning and Zoning Committee and the council, we just wanted to let people know what our business was.
Yeah, I think we all in this room and even in the office, all the ladies in the office, everyone knows about Anchor Inn. Everybody here recommends people, sends people your way whenever we have events
Been in
coming up.
business since
So
97, so.
we all support the Anchor Inn in one way or the other.
So anyway, unless you've got anything different from that, we plan on doing business and until such time that someone.
You're
buys
good to go.
property.
I would encourage you though, to make sure that if you're gonna make any changes, however so slightly, it may or may not require a permit. And that's some of the problems that we have in the city is some people will take it upon themselves to start making an addition, improving something and not thinking about permits. So
Nope.
that's all I'm asking you. If you're gonna
I
build
actually
something or
spent
whatever.
The better part of the morning here reading 20 years worth of the city ordinance for the city of West Waukee, so that I have a very clear understanding what should and shouldn't happen, and I'm now working my way back in history through the planning and zoning committee
Okay.
minutes.
So
So,
that'd be all this governmental body would ask is that
and,
you're good to go.
and we also have to make sure that we stay in sync with what the Sabine River requires.
Yes.
Yes,
So.
yes.
But, yes, we're not planning on building any structures.
Okay. Okay,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
There is a little bit of a problem. For us to do anything, we have to go permit a lot of stuff from Sabine.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal there.
Oh, yeah, but does that mean we also need to permit it from the city?
If it falls into something that they require.
If it's something that this city requires, yes, because that is in the city limits.
Yes.
So anything that falls under our ordinance book, yes, you would have to come here and get it.
In the past, the city kind of just said, that's Sabine, we don't want to see it.
No, that's not, yeah, maybe in the
Yeah.
past, but that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Really?
It is in the city limits and SRA will tell you that if it's in the city limits, then you go by our rules. But they have some of their own, and it's always a good idea to check with Jason or Trey.
We don't do anything without their.
Yeah, it is.
Involved.
They're really good people. They're really good people. So, yeah, you're on the right track. You're good to go. I wouldn't worry about it. We support you guys. We'll keep sending people your way that are coming here, for tournaments and things like that. We'll continue to support.
We'd love to see if you guys got everything marked out there so we know where each unit's at.
Well, that means we need to get back onto the county. We had the 911 group come down. They said, you gotta draw it. They had a map. You gotta label this. We've got to approve it. For us to relabel everything, we hadn't seen their map. It went away. It
Yeah.
disappeared.
On item D, there's no action. Well, yeah, she's recording it, so no matter. There's no action taken. The original requester, Junior Reagan, has removed himself from the purchase of that land. And do we let it down on the table, Jim?
What's that?
We let this die on the table?
You can-
There's no action.
There's no action to take, so you don't have to do anything on it.
Okay.
Just move on. Yeah.
Okay. Well, not yet. Well, yeah, hang on a minute. Yeah. We go back to Danny.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
We will get to work on it.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too. Okay, let's come back to our old business. Item 7, discussion and or take action on presentation from showing graphics on the city website. Ms. Danny Burnwald.
Well, since this isn't my laptop, I'm not sure how good this is gonna work, but. So this was a quote from August,
Yeah,
and I just wanted to give you, oh, do you have it?
Made a copy of it.
I have,
Okay.
yeah, we have something in here, yeah.
Okay, then.
She took care of you.
So what I would like to do with the homepage is just make it a little easier. So even me, who spends a lot of time on homepages and on this homepage, it's really hard to find like the meetings or to find anything. So I think the website needs to be a little more user-friendly, and also it's really out of date. If you go on events, you still find the Christmas Parade 2019. That's just bad. So, oh boy, Christy, you maybe want to navigate through here.
Where are we going?
Maybe go down. So, and this is just a raw layout for now, of course. So we can have like a news ticker that would go through here. So if there's anything that's important now, like the farmers market, or if we have new tax rates or whatever is new,
Bull
elections.
notice, bull notice.
Yeah, that would be right on
Is
the.
that something that somebody in the office can add to?
Well, I would take care of that. So maybe with this, with making, and I have a contract here too, because I know we didn't have a contract when I first made it 5 years ago, and I know the person who is doing the webpage now doesn't have a contract. And I think just so both sides know what we're doing and what we're not doing. And with the price of this homepage, what I quoted, I would do this homepage and then have a yearly contract for the monthly update, which is because to have someone learn how to do all of this stuff is rather complicated. Plus you need, if you want to be found, there's a whole lot of search engine optimization going on, which I would take care of on this and on the Google page.
So now, when you say monthly updates, so is that because unfortunately what I see in a lot of other cities, looking at their websites, is I can look at their website today and then tomorrow and the next day, and there's something different on it.
Yes, sir.
So I mean, are we gonna have that ability to?
Yes, sir. That's what I thought it is, a monthly flat rate, where I do with all of my other customers. So I'm gonna make sure the agenda gets posted when it's supposed to be posted. I'm gonna make sure, well, if I get them, the minutes will be posted. I'm gonna make sure that the events are current and old stuff is gonna be taken off. If Jim calls me on Friday and says, hey, we have a water leak, Tawakoni doesn't have water, I'm gonna make sure it's gonna go on it. So just with and that is a lot of work, just for the putting on the agendas and the minutes. You have, I know what's gonna happen every month, then events and then stuff, you have a special session, you have this, you have that. So there's gonna be, it is a lot of work to take care of a page like
So
this.
if you were running our webpage and say we had a Christmas parade 4 weeks ago, whatever it was, and if you run our webpage, would our Christmas parade still be there even though no one told you to take it off?
No, that's why I'm gonna try to
Okay.
be here.
So we don't have to tell you to take something off.
No.
That shouldn't be there.
Well, that's my job. And you need to tell me to put something on, because I'm not gonna, if I come to the meetings and you discuss it here, I'm gonna know to put it on, or I'm doing the EDC page too. Or if I see it on Facebook, which the city doesn't have a Facebook page anymore, but I follow like the market on the lake Facebook page. And if I see something new coming up, I'll automatically put it on the homepage. But to make sure if there's something going on, like if there's a catfish tournament and it's usually discussed here, right? Then I'm gonna be the one, I'm gonna take the notes and put it on. And I mark it on my calendar, of course, to take it off, because there's nothing more frustrating than going on a website and just seeing old stuff.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing, if it was 4 weeks after Christmas, there was something still Christmas on, we should have what I call file photos that have been, is sitting in the West Tawakoni file.
Oh,
There
like-
may
like-
be 100 pictures, and we swap out
Like-
old events with these different pictures.
Like a
And
gallery.
maybe even encourage the citizens
Mhm.
to send us your pictures. We'd love to I would love for the citizens to get recognition for the pictures they
Mhm.
take and have their name on it.
Yeah, and that would be something for the Google page. So and I'm not sure, I don't want to, bore you to death. So it's called Google My Business, and it's almost more important than your actual webpage because Google has become the search engine. I mean, no one uses Yahoo or like this anymore. I think it's 92% of internet users uses Google. So turn into a little bitch. So you have to be on that Google My Business page to get ranking with your page. So I would also take care of the Google My Business page, which is at least twice a month, load up new pictures, make sure the hours are up to date. So Annette, if she tells me we're going to be closed next week, everyone's going on vacation, I need to put that on Google so people won't come here and find.
So we would have the 4 major tabs is what you're saying there.
I just took that from the existing page. If you want something else, like this is just, like I said, the raw layout where you could have, the meetings, the ordinances, payments and events. This is what I would think what people look at most. But maybe after, 6 months or a year, if we see no one clicks on this or that, because I can see that on the back end. And if we see no one is interested in payments or whatever, then we can change it up.
We want a webpage that works and people can look at it, and if somebody wants to go look at ordinances, they can pull up
They can
ordinances
find
and
them.
click on stuff rather than having to try to search around and go down to the corner
Yeah.
and go over a white spot in the corner and go, oh, it pops up here.
So when you go back up and click on, I think I already have the ordinances
Oh, Chris Crunchy.
in the back. So if you click, it should be clickable. Yep. Yeah. And then comes, and I just put just examples on here for now, just whatever.
So scroll down there, Chris.
Right, that went back.
And you also have it up there, and on your mobile device, you're going to have it. Let me see.
So that's just a blank page there at the bottom, Chris, when you can scroll down.
Well, there you can.
Oh, okay, so it's just, okay, that's, yeah,
So will that have all the city
So-
ordinances in it?
we could, yeah.
Whatever you want on it, I'll put
Have
on there.
everything.
Biggest thing, we just gotta get it to her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in digital format.
yeah. So on the mobile page, it would look like here, you have a bottom
okay,
where you can hit phone or email or
Oh,
Facebook
okay,
wouldn't
yeah.
be because it doesn't have Facebook, but it's going to be very easy to get in touch with
Okay.
someone.
What
We'll
was
have
that you
the,
said, Annette?
I said we have like over 300 ordinances. So something that size, I mean, with this, and then on top of that, we have resolutions. And there's probably maybe 250 resolutions.
Mhm.
So.
I just need the PDFs. I don't care.
We don't
I
have
don't-
them.
Others.
Oh.
We don't have them in PDF. These are some of, Some of these are-
paper?
are paper that,
Oh, yeah.
the old typing paper, what was that called?
I know in German, but not in English.
Carbon paper.
Kaboom.
Which again, this is
Thin
this is a
paper.
whole nother challenge. that
Yeah,
it's
Yeah.
Oh, holy
So,
moly. Okay.
I mean,
It's a tall tree, and we're still on the trumpet.
That's what I mean. It's a lot of work keeping it up.
see, we did a book that was, they codified our ordinances. And what that was they took categories and put different sections, utilities, and permits, starting of the city, of what we have, a mayor, we have council. So it kind of took all of the bodies of the ordinances and put them into a book. And so, but yet I still have the paper ordinances too. So.
But we do have some
But
ordinances.
they're not,
We have
PDF.
ordinances
I have a
that-
lot of them.
And we
Not
would
that
definitely want to
many.
put all that we have electronically now, we would
Yeah.
definitely want to put all those on. But, I mean, obviously, that's another portion of the city that we're gonna have to try
And when
to.
we get to the audit, when the audit's finished, that'll be in digital format, so we could
Yeah.
post that on there. And then there's a number of things we could have on there.
So anyway,
Well, this was just going off of the existing page and trying to make it a little easier, but if you want anything else on there or different payment for. So how many people actually pay online their water bills and that kind of stuff? Are we talking like 20 or are we talking about
No,
100?
Oh, she just.
I would say
20 to 25 probably daily, but on cutoff days, it's.
They pay online, they go to our city website and they go to that link and pay online. That's
Let me
cool.
ask you, with our park, since you're so website, all this stuff savvy, with our park, how could we integrate or get, I mean, it's Paystar, I think that's who we use. How would we be able to have our park to where people could pay for park sites through the website?
Well,
Is
with
that-
this web, I've never worked with Paystar.
Yeah.
On these websites, you can use any kind of major credit card, Apple Pay and PayPal. I know because I've done that for like Tunes for Tots, I'm doing our website and for donations. So I know that all works. I did contact Paystar when I first talked to them in August when I did the quote, and they said it's not a problem to integrate, but I've never done it. I just was on the
I don't know if we
phone.
necessarily have to use Paystar, do we? I mean, as long as the money hits our bank account. it's all good.
That's who we prefer.
Well, that's who we use for our court and our utilities.
But we can-
But now the park, you know, we probably have to set that up to begin with, so I don't know.
Right, I'm
We
just
could
saying,
set that up.
but I mean, it's easy enough to put links on or
Oh, yeah.
whatever to
Yeah.
say for our park, if we had a tab in there for our park and it shows a map of
Mhm.
our spots, right?
Yeah,
And is there a way to make that to where that thing is living? If I come in and I pick spot number 1, Chris comes in and picks 2, John comes in and picks 3.
so you make that reservation?
Yes, is there a way to make that?
It
line up
should.
Reserve?
I know you can do it on a calendar. I've never done
That
it
would be-
on a
That would be
spot.
fine.
I know you can go on a calendar and see, okay, someone already picked.
And
Date
that,
number
and that would
3
be
or
fine too.
whatever.
I'm just trying to figure out, is there a way we can integrate into our website? A way for us to be able to utilize our park?
There's no doubt you can, because the other camping sites use them, so.
They do, and I also, and I see,
Walmart shows you what's
They-
available.
Yeah.
they do that, but then I also see like when you pull up to somewhere to pay to park, I mean, you no longer get out and put money in.
Yep.
You do it for
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, I would say it shouldn't be a problem. I've never done it
Maybe
for
that's a
that way,
challenge that I gave.
but yes.
So what are we looking at, for rebuilding, are you gonna rebuild the website that's in
Yes.
use now, or
Yes.
just create another one?
Because I looked at the back end of this website and to be honest, it's a mess.
But would it not be easier to just start from scratch?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Start from
okay,
scratch.
okay.
That's what I mean with
And we
rebuilding,
just
because-
paid, or I don't know if you've actually cut the check, the one for $600 to who?
It was, Tony had paid for the renewal for our website, which was Wayfair, I believe.
Was it good?
So
I don't
now,
remember.
but that was for 3 years, so I know we can cancel
Mhm.
the other, but I don't know if they'll prorate the beginning of it, so you can't use that at all.
Well, I will need the login information to get from GoDaddy to Wix, because I do want to do it in Wix. I'm not going to mess around with WordPress anymore, because that's what that is. And I moved all my customers within the last year over to Wix because they have fantastic analytics that you can see where do people come from, when do they come here. So,
Analytics are good.
Yeah.
and that's what you want to see, like I said, will people actually click on events or click on this? And if we see no one clicks on it, we can change the website up and put something on top.
See, that's my smart thinking. That's what we need to be doing.
Okay.
And that's where we would fail. So,
So it will have to be Wix, so we will have to, the domain will have to transfer from GoDaddy, so I'll need the login, or Tony needs to send it to me. And usually, GoDaddy is pretty user-friendly, so normally, I don't think they would be very stubborn about not refunding the money, at least a part of it. And then we'll transfer the domain name, www.cityofwesttawakoni.com, over to Wix.
okay,
as well.
and you're looking at to rebuild the current website or build another one in its place. $2,500 with a monthly flat rate of $650, and that $650 is gonna update, all of our agendas, all of our, minutes,
Yes,
anything out of the ordinary, like
everything,
the.
staff changes and you say you need a new, whatever is on the webpage.
How
So
does that
that's,
get communicated to you and, is there only a one person channel there or,
yeah, it's just me.
I mean, as far as.
No, he's talking about on
From
our.
us, would that be required to become?
I don't
only
care,
from one person?
as long as I get the information. I think so.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
What, how we've done it, I've sent the city's information. P and Z, which was our former president, he would send their information. Then the secretary sends the minutes.
Here's the reason why I asked that. I asked that because if say the court clerk needs to post something for some reason, obviously they need to come to you or mayor or somebody and say, hey, I really need to put this on the website, really cheap, right? I would like personally for the court clerk, the water clerk, whoever, as long as they've talked to someone in the office or they talked to the mayor and said, hey, do you think this needs to go on the website? And it's gonna agree that yes, then that person can contact her. And it doesn't always have to be only one person because
Right.
there's a bottleneck that comes.
Oh,
into
yeah.
effect.
If I know that anybody from City Hall, and I don't have to double check, hey, is she allowed or is he
Well, I
allowed to
mean,
do
they can
that?
give you a list, you can keep a
Yeah, we
list.
can give
We can give you
you
a list.
information.
I don't care, as long as I get it.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and,
we just don't want.
And the main reason why is because, quite honestly, like, say if it was the chief,
Mhm.
right, or even Michael, if we have a boil notice,
Mhm.
nobody needs to come tell you that, it needs to be done like right now in a hurry.
especially if it's in the middle of the night or
Right.
something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that.
So
Saying,
Michael needs to be able to send a boil notice in, or probably even one of the other public works personnel.
So we
possibly.
could limit that down to
Yeah.
half a dozen people or something, Michael
Yeah, we
being
would
one
do
of them,
some
chief being one of them.
Department head type things, whatever, but what I'm saying is in the office, my opinion, and I mean, this is my opinion, it's not worth much, but everybody in the office should have that ability because if someone is tied up, that one person in the office that has to send you the email and something happens, they get tied up, or what if they have an emergency, have to go home?
Yeah,
And they don't send you the information.
yeah.
yeah, that's the only thing, and emergencies is one thing,
Right.
agendas and everything that you know is gonna be, if I could get 24 hours ahead, I don't wanna have to wait on a Friday night at 7. You need to post it right now,
Yeah.
because it's gonna go on Monday, it has to be there by, the
Right.
meeting is Monday.
Right.
Please don't do that to me, because that was in
Well,
the past,
yeah, I
and
mean,
Yeah.
lack of preparation.
emergency is one thing, but
Lack of preparation on our part does not constitute emergency on your part.
yeah,
I mean,
that's, if I could,
Our agendas for our council meetings go out on a Friday afternoon, usually by 4 o'clock in the
Mhm.
afternoon. Send them to you, get them posted outside,
Yeah,
and
that's
We're trying
fine.
to do that on Thursday too.
And,
Don't forget
and
that.
now the EDC should be on a Friday as well.
Yes.
Now the others, I'm not sure on P and Z.
Mhm.
It seems like theirs have gone out on Mondays and their meetings are on Thursdays.
Yeah, and that,
Because we
I
have
just-
to have them up there 72
And-
hours.
and I get that, I understand. Just when I
Yes.
did the homepage prior, it was often, like, can you post it within 10 minutes?
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that anymore, so just not
We've been
emergencies, I
trying as a
understand.
city, the
but-
city council agenda, what we've been trying has been working pretty good. We've been doing them on Thursdays
Mhm.
for quite some time now, haven't we? I mean,
Yeah,
I did all this year, mainly.
so that way we can get it out.
Yeah, so a little lead time would be.
Yeah,
It's very, and then I would need, and that was in the past, people getting mad or complaining. I would need a PDF of the agenda, no more Word documents, because they were saying if I get the Word, I can manipulate it,
Yeah.
the Word document. I could have PDF too if I really wanted to.
That's what I was thinking.
yeah.
But just to, I don't
They
want to
say, I
deal,
even know how to do that.
I don't want to deal with that BS and getting, attacked from citizens here because of something like that. So PDFs only or JPEGs.
So does the $2,500 to rebuild the website, I mean, say if we did that, does Does that include the first month of, or do we then get hit with the month?
No, so that's, and I tried to, and this is my first contract, and I'm not sure with the wording. What I would commit to building the website within 4 to 5 weeks. So my goal is, if we say, if you give me within the next couple of days to go, then it will be done by February 28th. And that includes the Wix hosting for the first year and rebuilding the whole thing. And then starting March, I will, of course, update the page with the events. I'll start the Google page and all of that. At the end of March, I will give you a report, like every month, on the traffic, on.
Yeah, you give me an email over the weekend, last week.
Yes, like for the
Yeah, it says
EDC,
where the people were from, 2
And-
people from Dallas.
or how many people call or click on the
Yeah,
website, just a, traffic report. And then the first payment for the monthly would be by March, whatever it is, 30, end of March.
Yeah,
So I always, work the month and then, and the payment, I'm not sure if city council has a credit card, but I can do a recurring payment and it can be paid by credit card.
didn't we approve this already, or did we budget for it?
We budgeted for it.
Okay, all right, we budgeted for the monthly amount, but we didn't actually approve, Danny taking it over from Tony. Okay. Okay,
If we have a cancellation, like for instance, Monday,
Mm-hmm,
last Monday,
mm-hmm,
EDC was supposed to have met, and then they had to cancel.
mm-hmm.
As soon as we know it's canceled, they need
Yeah.
to notify.
And you can text me or email me or message me, as long as how I get it, and then I can go online immediately. Because I was one of the people who showed up here on Monday and like, thank you very much. But that's why it's very frustrating for people when they come here and,
okay.
it's not open or whatever, so that kind of
Alright.
stuff needs to be. And I can do a lot from the phone, so that's another part why I want to stay with Wix and don't work with any other one anymore, because I can do a lot of stuff on my phone. So I can be out having dinner somewhere and Kim sends me, meeting will be canceled. I can cancel it. Yeah.
She eats out a lot too. so. She didn't catch that. I said you eat out a lot.
I
too.
do. I do.
All right, anybody got any other questions, comments, concerns?
Reviewing the budget status right now.
We're a little bit off.
So the 2,500 was there, and then the domain name was there as well, right? But the domains,
The upgrade and the domain was separate, but we've already done
Oh,
the
got these.
domain for this other one. So we're
Oh,
gonna-
I thought you
So and getting the domain over, that may be $15 a year. That's not a big deal, not at all. We just have to, I just need to log in and
yes,
cancel.
I agree.
Okay, well, the chair would entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we accept and go with first quote for the website.
Okay, look for a second.
Second,
Sam, second, all in favor?
Kevin Featherston.
Sam Reed.
Chris Burkett.
It is unanimous. Danny will be working with you real soon. Okay, now we're going back to the second page. Where we're at number 10, citizens input limited to a 3-minute limit for non-related agenda items. Is there any citizens input? What's this? Oh, this is just, this, I don't need this.
You said 10, you meant 9, right?
Nine.
Oh, you, Mr. Hanson is here. Have you got something you need to, you want to address?
Oh, that's why I come up here.
Okay, well, I asked once, I'm not gonna ask twice.
So I didn't understand what you were saying. Just real brief, and I won't read the whole letter. I sent, or I actually gave Miss Annette Lemons on November the 19th, a official petition to the city of West Tawakoni for a petition call for a constitutional amendment for a homestead exemption for ad valorem taxes to be verified and then respond that process. That was on November 19th.
Mhm.
Anyway, have not heard anything one way or the other from anybody, one way or the other. And I did send you an email. I sent it to the city secretary too. And I just wanted to bring you a copy of that letter that I gave to her on November the 19th. And it was also myself and the petition with the original signatures. So I mean, I didn't get a confirmation.
Okay. One of the things I'd like to respond on that, you said November 19th.
That's the date.
Right. From that time until just 2 weeks ago, we had, we've got 3 tenured personnel that work in City Hall. We had 2 of them out for a month. We had one lady in the hospital for a month. The other one was gone. So that delayed some things. But as far as your petition, you talking about the petition for the homestead exemption for 20% or something like that?
20% or $5,000, whichever.
No.
Explain it. Or do you want to, or do you want to address that later?
Well, Mayor, I mean, this isn't on the agenda. This is in citizen input.
Oh, you're right.
He can address the council, but y'all can't.
You're right. I'm
You can't
sorry.
deliberate on it. So all he can do is address. the
You're
council.
right. You're right. I'm sorry.
I'm not asking that. I'm just asking for just the simplest professional courtesy of a confirmation. Hey, you haven't even counted the signatures. And it's not like there was that many signatures, you know, but that's all I have and that's all I appreciate
Okay.
your time. I know y'all had a long.
Thank you for stopping in.
And I'll comment to y'all in a different form.
Yes, and I would think it, Jim. I knew it was in citizens input, but we were on a roll there.
We're on. I think the chief.
Yeah, and the chief, while we're here, while you're there, Jim, before you hang up from us, chief has got something for us. I don't know if it's a resignation or what it is, but.
Y'all won't let me leave. No, I've hired to.
Introduce everybody.
Paul Robinson. Paul Robinson. He comes to us with 17 years experience. He was the chief of company for 5 years.
You're the one I met last week.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, okay.
And he's well trained in the detection of narcotics and his main training is
good.
And then I've got Jessica Ward, who comes to us, who was interim chief of the city of Point. And she comes at 4 years.
4 years in traffic.
4 years in traffic. So you're a new U-turn. So. We will probably label your vehicle a U-turn. So just don't be offended.
He loves my traffic.
Okay.
Hey, Jessica, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, Mr. Jim?
I'm good. I'm glad you're there. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad we've got some.
You love my traffic, so.
And I've got one more coming, he comes with 3 years of experience and he came from Wells Point Police Department. He should be coming in next week.
Like starting Monday or something?
Today's got to come in and finish up the rest of the.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's been out of the country for a little while. And
Okay.
He's coming back, so.
Well, guys, I mean, John, I can't praise you enough, but I want to really welcome both of you here. I think you'll like it. We're a small group, but we like to take care of business, but we like to have a little fun while we're at it, you'll fit right in, I'm sure. John's a great guy. I think he'd be a great person to work for. We've enjoyed being here, that's for sure. we wish you all the luck, and if there's anything I can do, hit me up after the meeting. I'll get you a business card. I'm available day, night, weekend, anytime for anybody, citizens, officers, or whatever. I'm always available. And I'm sure the same goes for pretty much everybody.
Yeah, I'll give you the mayor's number anytime.
But anyway, thanks a lot, John. I appreciate everything you're doing.
You're welcome. So we'll be starting, tomorrow.
Okay,
These two will be starting. tomorrow.
okay. It's been a long road. Oh, it sure has. And I knew we would get there, and I knew we would give you quality people. I just,
Gonna start wearing masks.
there you go. There you go. We appreciate it. We really do.
Did we miss another item on the?
No, I was just gonna ask, I know you from somewhere. I've seen you or talked to you or something. I wasn't gonna skip over you.
I like to pop into meetings from time to
Okay,
time.
Oh, okay.
I want to make sure before you make call for adjourn.
No, I had her on my mind. I had her on my mind.
That's next, so
On that note,
I'm gonna make a motion that we adjourn the meeting.
I second.
Kevin first, Chris second, all in favor?
Kevin Featherston,
Pam Reed.
Chris Burkett.
I just didn't want to make that motion.
Annette. Hey, before, Annette, I'm gonna come by there tomorrow, noonish or so. I want to pick up everything on this 4A so I can get this agreement drafted. I want to hit what his application, just copy of his application, what he's planning on building the whole 9 yards.
Okay,
4-8, you got it?
I've got it in your packet.
Okay, okay.
So speak up, speak up.
Jim.
Leave it out so I can get it somewhere, because y'all always close at lunch. I always have to stand out there, and I'm going to point, so I need to go on.
Hey, Jim.
Yeah,
It's Kim. When
Hi,
you're
Kim.
here tomorrow, will you come see me, please?
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Oh, wait, no, no, I'm sorry.
Okay, then I won't.
I'll call you Thursday.
Okay, you can call me. Okay.
Thanks for everything, Jim.
Thanks.
Hey, Jim.
Y'all have a good evening.
Thanks, you too.
It didn't even take very long.
I can send you there wasn't a of the
Yeah,
page that I need that was so you'll get updates.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm ready. We're all ready.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, trust me, we're way past ready. If I had been here 4 years ago or 5 years ago, you never would have left.
I'm 2 years, 2 months past ready.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
a lot of things as for the homepage again was,
We got a whole assembly line.
it wasn't, you know, if you remember how city